Good evening and welcome to Connecting Point. I'm Jim Madigan. Massachusetts ballot question 2 would allow up to 12 new charter schools each year and more spaces in existing charter schools. Now, supporters say voting yes on 2 will give parents, especially in underperforming school districts and inner cities, more educational choices in charter schools that they say typically outperform regular public classrooms. Question 2 opponents claim that charter schools drain money and the most involved students and parents away from the public school system. Connecting Point correspondent Carol Lee McGrath spoke with Question 2 supporters Rachel Romano, a former public school teacher and founding director of Springfield's Veritas Prep Charter School, and charter school parent Yamil Maldonado for their side of the Question 2 debate.
People should be in favor of Question 2 because it brings more high-quality education options in communities that desperately need them. So more kids from Springfield and Holyoke and other urban places around the state will be able to attend a school where they can learn and they can achieve.
Okay. Yamil, why did you decide right out of the gates to send your daughter to charter school?
It was pretty much for that same reason. I'm from Holyoke, Massachusetts. I went through the public school system. And then once I graduated and went to college, I realized how unprepared I really was for college. And so I wanted my daughter to have a more of a jump start. And I heard about the charter schools. My sister-in-law graduated from a charter high school in Chicopee, and she did extremely well. And so I just felt like that would be the best option for my daughter.
One of the big complaints from folks who are opposed to the charter schools is that it drains money from the public school system. How would you answer that?
I would say it's actually completely false. So charters actually bring more education options and bring more funding to communities. So the way the funding works in our state is that every public school student has an allocation that's provided by the state. And so the money to educate that child goes with that child to whichever public school they attend. So if a district student leaves a district public school to come to a charter public school, the allocation from the state goes with that child.
So it follows the
so
child.
it follows the child. And I think what we don't hear a lot about, we do hear about the money leaving. It leaves with the children. And what we don't hear a lot about is the reimbursement that districts get. They actually get a reimbursement back for every child who leaves. They're reimbursed for 6 years, and for the first year they're reimbursed 100% of that allocation. So the child leaves, they're not educating the child, they're reimbursed 100%, and then for 5 more years they're reimbursed at a lower rate, but the total, it's transitional assistance for a district, which makes sense because they do have fixed costs that, when a child leaves and comes to a charter school, right. Those fixed costs don't necessarily, get any lower. But with that transitional assistance over the course of 6 years, I think that districts and anyone in charge of finance can figure that out.
I would say, Yamil, for you went through public schools, so it's pretty hard for somebody to argue against you because you had that experience. What is it that you want for your daughter that perhaps you didn't get?
I think that the expectation has been set higher from jump, so she's already been reading at a 1st to 2nd grade level, starting with kindergarten. And I think literacy is extremely important, and so that's not something that I can remember clearly ever having such a huge support in when I began public schools, and so that really resonated with me, and I wanted her to have that gap between literacy and succeeding in the future to be closed all the way through. So I wanted to give her that opportunity.
This has become, as you know, a very contentious issue. And I think one of the big things that people say is this is going to create a 2-tiered education system. So while it may be good for your daughter, and aren't you lucky that your daughter is in a charter school, there's other kids out there who are left in the public schools. And what about them? Shouldn't we just all be in this together?
Well, I think we are all in this together, first of all. I think, the spirit of the charter school movement is to create exceptional public schools, especially in places that need them, and to disseminate and share those practices to districts. And we've seen that happen. Veritas has a great relationship with the district, and we've seen in Springfield some of the struggling, failing middle schools get more autonomy to make some real changes happen, like an extended school day. And those are all, those practices have been inspired by charter schools.
Because there's competition?
Because there's competition, but mostly because charter schools in Massachusetts, we have some of the best charter schools in the country here. And children that have been fortunate enough to attend charter schools in Boston and, in other cities across our state have performed head and shoulders above their sending district. And, there are charter schools that have been around for, almost 20 years in Boston. Schools in, East Boston or Roxbury that outperform Wellesley and Lexington every year. So that really defies the odds for an urban school. And so I think the idea is, you have these schools that are getting that level of success, and district schools can learn from them. And so because charters have such, high autonomy and accountability, they do get results faster. And so that has inspired change across district schools. So that, I think, in terms of like lifting all ships, that's what charter operators certainly want to do. So we want the autonomy to operate and create high quality public schools, and hopefully to inform some really important changes for our urban districts.
And get those kids off the waiting list. There's, 30,000 or so on a waiting list for charter schools? That's
right, across the state, and I think 3,500 here in this community. But the other thing to note is, beyond the fact that we have a lottery where it's, absolutely fair in terms of who's drawn, charter schools work really hard to recruit a population that mirrors the sending district they're in. So at Veritas, for example, we work really, really hard to recruit low-income students, to recruit special education students, English language learners. We want our population to mirror our sending district because we want to be a credible proof point for Springfield. And it's giving access and equity to all students in Springfield is so important to us, and that's important to charter operators across our state. And so if you look at, the percentages of students we serve in those subgroups, they're very similar to the Springfield district.
And of course, that's up for debate as we move towards November, because I know that, on the other side they'll say, oh, no, they don't represent everybody in the community, but obviously you're saying something different.
Yeah, and you know what? I would encourage anyone who wants to dig into the issue to go to the Department of Education's website and look at the district and school profiles and look at the different subgroups. While there may be variations, you can absolutely see that charters are working really hard to serve the same population of students. And we, unlike a district where kids are zoned and they're, put into a certain school, we actually do have to get those applications out. I would love to see, that change and have all students assigned and then parents could opt out. But the law isn't written that way right now. Right. But we work hard. We have a recruitment and retention plan where we're really out there in earnest trying to make sure that we're serving the same kids. And so I know that's said a lot, but the reality is our population is really similar to the Springfield Public Schools, and it isn't a two-tiered system in any way.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Rachel and Yamil. Thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with your daughter as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.